Most people would probably love to do this, but feel like maybe it's not possible. But actually, it's more possible than you think. And that is something we never consider. The idea of instead of just leaving your corporate career and abandoning it all and not knowing what to do, it's having a sabbatical, which is where you basically take a career break. And for that time, you travel or you figure out what your next move is. You have a purpose to that time. Now, where I see this go wrong is when people take a sabbatical and not with any purpose. So if you're going to take a sabbatical, lots of people travel during it, which is amazing. You get to see the world, you get to experience new cultures, you also get to see other ways of living. So instead of thinking and being fixated on the traditional path that you've been so used to seeing, you now have your eyes wide open to how other people live, and that broadens your horizons. Sometimes that myopic view on your screen just needs broadening. And once it's broadened, it'll never go back down again. You can never take away knowing that. Sabbaticals are great, particularly if you've got 3 to 12 months worth of money to keep you going. That's probably a really good gauge. And most companies will allow people to have it. They won't necessarily keep the same job open. They might just invite you back to another role. So there's all sorts of ways. When I was teaching, a lot of people took a sabbatical, and it was quite common to get relief staff in for that year or 6 months while somebody was out. So don't think of it as a point blank no. There are definitely ways to make this happen, especially if you're feeling stressed, burnt out, you can't make decisions rationally right now, which is, so many people, understandably, these micro doses of stress that are fired at you all day long, the ability to just step back. Now, sometimes it maybe is a 2-week holiday and that's fine for you, but other times you need a longer period of time. And maybe in that time, you're also going to do some volunteering. You're going to go work with another organization. You're going to maybe do some courses or something. And this is where sabbaticals work really well. If you are structured about the things you're interested in and you leave your role going, well, I'm going to try this, I'm going to explore that, I'm going to learn this, then it's not wasted time at all. It's not like you've just had some fun, although fun is underrated, by the way, in terms of your happiness, your creativity. As an entrepreneur, I can honestly say not having fun in the first few years enough limited my creativity, limited how much I showed up and how much extra value I could add. So there are real values to it. If you have savings, if you know that you are feeling too stressed, you cannot possibly make the decision about what to do next right now, then seriously consider this as an option. Have a talk to your partner if you've got one. Maybe have a look at your household budget, see if you can figure that out. I know for me, it really felt like I was trapped in debt, and without me being the main breadwinner, how would we survive? And I realize now that that was such a narrow list of excuses, really, because there was so many moving parts and we're able to change so many things in our lives. We are in the control of our decision making every single day. And every day you sign up to a new subscription, you decide to change your car, you decide to opt for things. It's a vote for the type of future you want to have. If a sabbatical is necessary for you to decide what the next season of your life is going to be like, then you need to make some serious decisions now that allow you that freedom. And it isn't all about money and things, objects, stuff. I'm going to give you 2 questions that will help you to decide whether you should take a sabbatical. I noticed 2 big reasons why we'll be reluctant to take a sabbatical, and you might have turned this off already. But the first one is we feel guilty because we've been so programmed to be busy and working all of the time. If you're not working, if you don't have a job title, you don't have value, right? You're not, what are you doing? You feel lazy, you feel, on a downward spiral. So the guilt associated with asking for a sabbatical, with thinking or even talking about it with a partner, you need to shake that off. You need to know what's right for you versus just an expectation that's been placed on you or that you've given yourself to stay busy, and avoid it. And the second one is your identity. Because so many of us are attached to our jobs as part of our identity, it becomes really difficult to leave the title behind. for a year and say, so, that conversation, what do you do? Well, right now I'm on a sabbatical. Actually, it sounds really cool. Try it out now. Right now I'm on a sabbatical and I've decided to learn this and travel to this country. I mean, these are incredible things. And maybe you can't do the traveling piece, but maybe you can be on a sabbatical to learn a new skill or to explore the wellness industry or something else. And when you do that, maybe that's your identity shift. It is deciding to be on a sabbatical, and that sounds good. Okay, I'm going to give you 2 questions to help you. Same with every single video. It helps you to figure out, is this the right thing for me? Question number 1, what would you need financially to survive for 3 to 6 months without being in panic mode? Because we don't want this to induce stress. This is about taking the stress away while you have the space to figure out what your next move is. And the second one is, let's get clear on what you would do with that time. If it's to avoid something, if it's to escape a bad situation at work, if it's to do something like exploring, or if it's to do something like growth, then it's probably the right decision for you. But get clear on what it is you're going to do with the time and make sure that it doesn't just involve filling it with other jobs, because that's the temptation, isn't it? I'm going to fill it with jobs like sorting the house out. This is about making space to make decisions and explore what's next in your life. We're exploring 10 ways to make an income outside of your career. You can grab the full guide. It's in my featured section, and we are doing a video on every single one over the next 10 weeks. Don't forget to tune in and let me know what you discover.